Hey, thanks for checking out my channel. This review is about the Zircon Superscan M4. We're going to check out here on my little video within a video. I'm doing the unboxing here on the screen. Got to say, this product, it's pretty cool. It's got a lot of features that I've never seen really with a stud finder before, at least not with the do-it-yourselfer version. I've had Zircons in the past, ones that just did a normal stud scan and one that did a deep stud scan. I found in the past, I didn't really like the past models that I had. So this, on the other hand, it has a different level of sophistication. It's got 5 different scan modes. The ones that I thought were the coolest is detecting AC, live AC wire, as well as detecting metal. That gave me a little bit more confidence in its accuracy, and that's always been my issue with do-it-yourself or stud scanners, is sometimes it seems like I'm picking up these false positives. This one has a lot of features built in that would help prevent that. Now, what you're seeing on the screen here is, again, for a stud finder, quite an extensive set of directions here. But it's not quite as bad as it seems. It's mostly giving you tips on, hey, typically studs are spaced 16 inches or 24 inches apart. If you're near a door or windowsill, that there may be extra studs. Asking you to map out your studs on a wall. Just so that's their trust but verify technique. Like, let's go up the wall. Let's see, are our nails spread like 10 inches on center? As we go up, do the marks for a stud, make a straight line. Those types of things. You'll see I ripped out the instructions here as well. There's a little extra set. Now we're looking in my unfinished basement, which I thought was the perfect test because I knew exactly where my studs were. I knew where my live AC wires were. I also knew where my I-beams that run along the length of the basement. And in this case, I have the flanges of the I-beam, so the very edges of it, drywall is backed up against. So I was able to take the stud finder, kind of coming this way on it, to look for just the thickness of the flange of that I-beam. So I got the test for metal, I got the test for studs, I got the test for live AC. What I didn't really have an opportunity to do was to test their deep scan mode, which is primarily looking on multi-layer surfaces that are thicker than your standard drywall thickness, right? Right. Now, there are indicators on here that are good for detecting, whether it's possibly like a PVC drain pipe behind your wall. Those types of indicators are actually, so yeah, let's take a look. That, which looks a lot like cell phone bars, is helping you determine like your PVC and whether you have these low-level things that are likely to be a false positive, like not a stud. You have an actual indicator on here for live AC voltage. This that looks like a bit of an I-beam is detecting metal. The 2 triangles is like your deep scan mode. Right now, actually, you're seeing on the screen here, my screen turned like this reddish orange. I'm in the AC detection mode. I'm right behind where I knew I ran that 12-2 Romex cable. It's picking it up right away. But what I didn't like, though, is I'm moving my stud finder off to the side, quite obviously, and it's not like that indication for live AC was detected came off right away. That I wish there was maybe an explanation for that Zircon could give me, because I would feel a little bit more confident if it flashed on and flashed off, but that's not how it works. A couple of other things. I felt like if you didn't have perfectly even pressure applied to the wall at all times, the readings were a little bit flakier. So if you think to yourself, hey, I'm on top of a ladder, I only got one hand, the other one is holding myself up for the ladder so I don't fall, would be a little nice if you didn't have to be so careful about how well you held it against the wall. Now you're looking back on the other camera, seeing me do, once again, an AC test. Boom, just found it. Shoots a little arrow symbol onto the wall even. You would hope that's detecting live Romex cable, live AC cable, right behind a light switch. And it did. So those are all good things. So I'm going through all those modes in a minute. I'm about to verify the height of the I-beam behind the studs here. Look, I'm looking right at the I-beam just for reference, so that way I can test it on the other side. But going into it, we got 5 scanning modes. One they call target control, one they call stud scan, then deep scan, metal scan, then AC scan. They actually do scan at different depths, which is a little interesting. You got target control locates center edges and direction of wood studs while ignoring the metal up to 3/4 inches deep. The LCD screen will be backlit with a pale blue light. In TC mode, there's this low-level indicator. Again, that's what kind of looks like cell phone bars, which indicates low or weak signal objects, such as plastic water pipes, plastic sewer drains, or studs deeper than 3/4 of an inch. When compared to stud signals, the low-level indicator may help differentiate studs from the false positives, as I had previously mentioned. On my other screen, you're seeing me use this metal scan mode. Screen was blue. Had that I-beam indicator. But let's talk about, just keeping in order, stud scan mode. This locates centers, edges, and direction of both wood and metal studs up to 3/4 inches deep. The LCD will not be backlit in that mode. In stud scan mode, the signal strength indicator uses the same icon as the low-level indicator, and when TC mode is off, a strong signal is indicated by a full signal strength bars. All right, deep scan mode locates the center, edges, and directions of studs, wood and metal, up to 1.5 inches deep. That's a difference. The LCD screen will be backlit with a green light. That's the one I couldn't test. Didn't really have that application. Metal scan mode looks for ferrous, magnetic metal, such as steel, up to 3 inches deep, and non-ferrous, non-magnetic metal, such as copper, up to 1.5 inches deep. So, copper pipes potentially to all of like your sink fixtures. You don't want to drill into those either. The LCD will be backlit with a dark blue light, which is a little unfortunate. You had that other mode before, which is a pale blue light, and this is a dark blue light. Then there's the AC scan mode, which locates live, unshielded AC wires behind drywall up to 2 inches deep. The LCD will be backlit with a red light. So if your Romex is even deeper than that, which it can be, it may not detect it. So here you're seeing me in a different mode on the screen. It's flashing that red light and showing me the detection of AC, actually just to really protect me. It's more of like a warning, which I did like. A couple other things, I guess, if you're looking to use the stud finder on like non-drywall surfaces, it says like working with different materials. There's wallpaper, there's freshly painted walls, lath and plaster, highly textured walls or acoustic ceilings, wood flooring, subflooring, or gypsum drywall over plywall sheathing. Use deep scan mode and move the scanner slowly. The scanner cannot scan for wood studs and joists through carpet and padding. Actually, one of the worst reviews on Home Depot's site was complaining that it can't be used through carpet and padding. It's like, well, it's right in the directions. Sorry. It can look for electrical wiring and pipes. I did not have success, or too much success, when I was trying to look for wood studs on top of my luxury vinyl tile flooring. Here's my hand, sorry. On top of the luxury vinyl tile flooring, because then there is the subfloor. The joists would be underneath that. I can try that again. I don't think I actually was in deep scan mode. But we are kind of doing the stud scanning right now, and you're seeing, hey, we found an edge. Hey, we found center. Hey, we found the other edge. But man, oh man, I'll tell you, with me holding the phone in one hand and holding the scanner in the other, like what a pain in the butt it was to try to locate those edges. Now I am in deep scan mode here, but really should not have been working in that mode for just standard drywall. If you use, that's actually what they kind of have as a selling point, is many other stud finders are continuously in a deep scan mode, which then gives you a lot of false positives. Like, hey, that's not really a stud, that's actually pipe, that's actually something else. So, word to the wise. You don't want to just buy this thing, put it into the deep scan mode, and try to rock and roll on that. So we're getting to the end here. Do I recommend the product? I think it's pretty good for a do-it-yourselfer tool. It's a lot better than the stud finder I have now, and I think it's going to help me out in the future. So I hope this video helps you. Thanks for checking out my channel. If you could like, subscribe, leave a comment. Comments really help out the algorithm. Take it easy. See ya.